Some interesting news around NIO, which tells us where the company is going in the long-term future and what the plans are on the technology side. So today we got this news here, the news release. NIO is announcing an appointment of a new independent director. By the way, you can always go to irnio.com to get such kind of notifications. But anyways, the news here is that NIO is delighted to welcome Professor Wen to the board of NIO. So this is a guy with outstanding academic background combined with his expertise in cloud computing and computational sustainability and passion for innovative technologies. So a little bit of context here. Independent directors are not people who are usually very operational in the business. These are usually industry veterans, somebody with a special network, a particular insight or experience that is helping those who are running the company, like Li Bin or the other operational managers, to form strategies, to create the business model, to connect the dots on the where the industry is heading, for example, and so on. And this is also why I think this appointment of this independent director gives us a glimpse into where NIO is going. At least that's what I'm personally speculating here. So I'm giving you my 10 cents about what I think we are looking at here. So this is the Google Scholar profile of this professor. He's currently teaching in Singapore, and well, it's listing, of course, all of his publications here. So you can see this person is coming from a more rather theoretical side. And so when I looked at the personal profile of this persona here on this university website, I found some interesting topics that he's covering and researching. For example, the first one, learning-based system prototyping and performance optimization for large-scale network computer systems. And the second one, green data center as an interruptible load for grid stabilization. So these two topics are, I think, where this persona can be connected to NIO. In my point of view, there's only speculation here, but that's how I'm personally making sense of it. So for the first topic, I immediately had to think of the presentation by Rin Singh, the head of autonomous driving for NIO at NIO Tech Day, during which he not only showed us how they're going to go about in the strategy towards autonomous driving, but also that they're not only using the power in data centers for training, for example, the neural networks, but also they're using the cars as a fleet for kind of a swarm compute power system. So each of those cars is becoming a device with compute power that's feeding into a larger network here. And this sounds pretty much like what's being described here, right? A large-scale network compute system ranging from social media networks, cloud computing platforms, green data center, and big data systems that are getting connected, in the case of NIO, possibly using the additional compute power that NIO cars offering. You may know that the Orin chips in NIO cars are quite powerful. It's actually 10 times the compute power than, for example, in a Tesla currently. And some say, well, this is a little bit too much. You don't need all of this power, but it seems like NIO is having a plan. At least that's the speculation here. I think that maybe the expertise of this person will come in here in order to use algorithms, big data mechanisms and learning systems in order to make autonomous driving using the compute power of the fleet, and each of them being a mobile cloud compute device that is possibly being connected to a larger network here. At least that's where some of these papers, I think, are pointing to, if you think that this persona has something to do with the strategy going forward for NIO. And then the second part with the data centers that are being used as an interruptible load for grid stabilization. Of course, the first idea spark here would be battery swap stations, and what I've pointed out a couple of times here now on the channel, that they could be used as virtual power plants and be connected together and also help to balance the grid in application systems. And this, again, judging just from the title and the descriptions of this paper, it seems that this person has some experience on the theoretical but also possibly on the practical side that he could actually bring into the company and also give those executives at NIO ways how to form business model applications and make it operationally feasible. It seems that this person also did some work around using social data, for example, from social networks like the NIO app, for example, but also maybe the voice assistant Nomi could come into play here if we talk about big data analytics and metadata, which might be an attempt by NIO to also get into this topic of large language models created around the NIO ecosystem and transforming NIO more into an AI company as well. I think Li Bin gave some hints at Tech Day around this topic as well. Might go more into details in the future, but that is how I see this scholar and person fit in with this appointment today as an independent director to NIO. I think in future videos I go a little bit deeper also into my research. This was just a first overview and kind of give you my first idea where things are headed and how they make sense possibly. Therefore, please make sure to subscribe and like this video so you stay up to date in future videos. And then thanks for watching and see you in my next videos.